Both of these boxes encompass just a receiver. So the police officer from this speaker, he could hear his police calls come in, but he couldn't acknowledge them unless if he was in a city, he might go to the call box on the post, call the desk, let him know. Or if he was in a rural area, he could drive along, and if he saw telephone poles with a wire leading to a house that he knew that that house had a telephone, he would go in and ask if he could use the telephone to call.
We just saw the DLs from Jonathan's collection, and I've got something quite exciting here that looks very war-time era.
Harley-Davidson made military motorcycles in World War I, and they worked on it prior to World War II. They're still trying to perfect an Army motorcycle, but World War II hasn't really started yet. So they take a 45 cubic inch civilian motorcycle and paint it green,
sure,
and say to the Army,
there's your bike.
And they said, they rode it, but they said, you're gonna have to do some improvements. How can I get away with no rules? Well, you build just what you want. I call it mostly Harley-Davidson, but here's how I named it. I call it the VL ELXAFL. The gas tank and the frame is VL. EL is the engine, the knucklehead engine. XA is the military model based on the BMW Experimental Army.
While Jonathan starts up his custom chopper, Pete starts eyeballing his 1975 BMW R90S, which Jonathan graciously allows Pete to test drive. But there's a problem.
Riding a 30-year-old BMW that's priceless. I mean, first of all, I was terrified that I was going to deck it and put it down. Of course, my confidence was not particularly high when I, found out I couldn't start it.
Looks like you've killed this bike.
Yeah, it looks like it.
I was so surprised that the bike conked out right before we even got to the main street.
Yeah, got a good battery. That's good. So, I don't even know where the indicators are on this thing.
Pete pushed pretty much every single button that's on a bike several times, and it made a lot of weird sounds.
Ken looked like he was completely disgusted.
User error, that's what he thought.
Absolute fool. Foolish man.
Well, I did feel like a foolish man, I have to say.
Jonathan Hughes took off.
He took off. He didn't even look at his mirrors.
He didn't even look around.
Just like Ken. That's right, he was gone.
He was gone for about 10 minutes. He came back. Where are you guys?
I've got a theory about that. I think the chopper, the vibration in the mirrors is so much that he just couldn't see us anyway. Jonathan had to kickstart the thing. No, he actually did a jump start. That's right.
He did a running start. What's that called?
Then he did a running start.
A bump start.
A bump start. That's a very interesting accent you got there.
Foolish man.
So...
It's my southern accent. Foolish man at the time. They looked like it was just... didn't know what the hell to do with the bike.
I mean, for the first 20 yards it was great, and then when I stored it, at this hill here, it was a little bit tough. So, hopefully that John's going to get it restarted.
He was just sitting there like a dumb fool, sitting there waiting for something to happen. The bike wasn't going to start himself. So what the hell is he doing? He's just sitting.
Here he is. Look at that. So this is how to ride it properly.
Wants to warm up, so let's keep some high RPMs for a bit.
Then, right.
It was a bit of a bone shaker.
It was a bit of a bone shaker.
Rich picks up his trailer from Modern Concepts and tests out the cargo space. A pillow and a blanket, and it's Rich's room for the night.
You can see, we picked up our trailer from Modern Concepts, and we're ready to ride. But let's see how much this trailer can really carry. That's it.
I know that your childhood dream is to have a boat.
Yeah, it looks very buoyant. And look at how it wobbles. You can just imagine it in a lake. I mean, it looks like it will float really well.
How many people can we get in?
I don't know, that's questionable, isn't it? It all comes down to Archimedes' principle. Do you know what that is?
I do.
Okay, good. So then we can try you first.
We can actually have a spare tire.
The producer carries his spare tire around with him, of course.
So before, and then a happy camper after. Carry anything.
Great toast rack, of course, to put out the toast in the morning.
You could put a barbecue on this.
When we first got the police bikes and I wrote a guy a ticket on the police motorcycle, he said, you know what, I don't even care, it's so cool getting a ticket from a motorcycle cop.
Our screenwriter had a bit of an issue with this trailer when she got in it to test.
Just get the cat of nine tails out of the bag and put your backs into it, lads. Show them a taste of the land.